Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center. Matthew Lester joining me as well. And we have ourselves an absolutely beautiful morning out there. A little foggy start, but who cares? Sun was out, very little, if any, breeze. It's just a super nice day. Obviously, a much better morning to start off than we were yesterday. It was kind of wet. And in some cases, we did have rainfall amounts approaching an inch of rain in the Great Lakes Bay area. It was in individual little spots here and there, east of I-75 and also west of I-75. And then down in the Flint area along the 69 corridor, they did pick up a little bit more than that, causing some flooding issues, as we mentioned yesterday, along US 23 in the Brighton area. And also some very wet conditions for any activity yesterday afternoon and last night. Quite a few ball games canceled here in Michigan because of the very wet weather. High pressure is dominating our weather right now, and it's going to dominate it for the next several days. The system that's affected our weather over the past several days, giving us not only some cooler conditions, but very windy conditions. All of that and very little, if any, precipitation until yesterday morning. All that activity has moved off to the east. New England states still getting quite a bit of the inclement weather, and they're going to continue to get it for the next few days. And there's also down south, ranging from Texas and Oklahoma, and moving across the southern tier of states along the Gulf Coast, where they have been getting rain for, in some cases, 3 and 4 days in a row. And all that activity is going to continue for the next few days. We do have a series of low-pressure systems, weak, but still a series of them, moving into the Pacific Northwest up in Canada, and then moving almost right straight east, not wobbling at all. And as a result, what is going to be happening is all the cooler air and the inclement weather and the wind is going to stay in southern Canada for the next several days. But right now, Matthew, with mostly sunny skies all across the state, here in the Great Lakes Bay area, temperature-wise, what's the thermometer say right now?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 65. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 66. Here, Radio Center, it's sunny at 65. We have northwest winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.10, and it's rising.
We don't have too many right now that are reporting 70 degrees, but we're going to come close. We'll come close here in the Great Lakes Bay area, but I don't think we're going to hit it. If anybody is going to hit 70 degrees, it is going to be in the extreme southern portions of the lower peninsula. And over in the southwest corner, Benton Harbor right now is reporting 68. We don't have anybody warmer than that in the southernmost sections of the lower peninsula. And the further north you get, the cooler it is. Alpena looking at 50 right now. Cadillac is at 61. Houghton Lake's at 62. Manistee, though, is at 51. And that's indicative of what's going to be happening over the next couple of days. Cooler temperatures are going to prevail. It is going to be cooler tomorrow than what it will be today. The reason for it is because that high-pressure system we were talking about, it's going to get a little bit closer to us, and it's going to pull a lot cooler air down over top of us. And as a result, as we go into the afternoon hours, our temperature, we're going to peak out right around the noon hour, 1, 2 o'clock. And then as we move into the later afternoon hours, that temperature is going to be dropping because a weak upper air disturbance moving across Canada is going to try to pull a little cooler air down over top of us. So our low tonight will drop down to about 41, which is right around 8 to 10 degrees cooler than what it was last night. We had a very mild temperature overnight last night. During the day tomorrow, we're going to be more than likely about 8 to 10 degrees cooler than what we will be tomorrow or today. We're going to be looking at some sun and a few clouds around, but that high pressure system is going to be dominating our weather, and it is going to be dropping as we go through the day into and around the Chicago area by tomorrow night and into the day on Friday. So with a high temperature of about where we're at right now, maybe another degree or two, a low tonight of 41, we are going to have a northeast breeze to contend with. And it does appear as though that northeast breeze is going to pick up because we've had very little breeze as of right now. We're looking for gusts of up to about 25 miles per hour later on this afternoon and through the evening hours. And tomorrow, we're still going to have a northeast breeze, about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusting to 25 in small intervals, 55 for a high. But then tomorrow night, as we mentioned on Monday and yesterday, we are going to be looking at some very chilly temperatures tomorrow night. We're forecasting a low of 34 now in the Great Lakes Bay area, but inland away from the water, it is going to be colder than that. We are going to be looking at a low inland of right around 30, very possibly dropping down to 29. And we're going to see some upper 20s in northern Michigan on Thursday night. But then on Friday, the warming trend begins because that high will be over the Chicago area and it'll continue to drop to the south. It'll be over Missouri as we get into the weekend. So 66 for a high on Friday, 42 for a low on Friday night. Saturday, we're going to be looking at 74, 75 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Might be a few clouds later in the day on Saturday and Saturday night as another weak low pressure is going to be scooting across southern Canada, and it is going to try to push some cooler air down at us, but I think it's going to be more in the way of clouds than anything else. We'll drop down on Saturday night to 46 for a high after a high of about 74. And then on Sunday, same thing, about 72, 74 degrees, mostly sunny skies, but warmer on Sunday night, 50 for a low. Then on Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s both days, upper 50s as far as nighttime lows on Monday and Tuesday night. But there will be another system that will try to work its way into and around Michigan. So don't be surprised if we have some rain in the forecast for later in the day on Tuesday and Tuesday night. But the long range should take us all the way through next week as for our temperatures to be much above normal for this time of the year. 65 is what's average for a high temperature and below normal as far as the moisture goes. Now, working our way a little bit further beyond next week into and through May the 20th, we're going to continue to see our temperatures much above normal. Precipitation pattern is going to pick up just a little bit as we move into the middle part of May. Record high in the state is 89. You got to go back to 1936 to see that. The record low is 28. That was set back in 1989. Sun will set this evening at 8:46, rise tomorrow morning at 6:19. The warmest ever 7th of May, 2000 was the year. 85 was our high. 67 was our low. The coldest ever 7th of May, 1947. 40 was our high. 30 was our low. And we did have a trace of snow back a few years ago. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have today?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters, light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. They can take care of them. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or go online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open weeknights till 11. That's Monday through Friday. We say good morning to Cody Harris. Cody, how are we looking today?
Good morning, guys. It's going well. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, not too bad. We've seen a little fluctuation in these markets, and I know wheat hasn't been doing all that bad. Soybeans have been kind of taking it hard. Any changes on that scenario?
Yeah, we definitely had a choppy trade here this morning. Seems like beans actually have the strength here looking at it now, and wheat's the one getting beat up. So it kind of flip-flop here this morning, and that's more rallying on news that we got an announcement that the U.S. and China trade representatives are going to meet this weekend for some high-level trade talks in Geneva, Switzerland. That kind of really injected some hope that maybe there's going to be some de-escalation of the ongoing rhetoric and lofty tariffs that could take place. So I think that's why you're seeing maybe beans kind of flip to some strength because they definitely have more skin in the game involved with that conversation that's going to be taking place this weekend. So with that, you're kind of seeing soybeans maybe be maybe a little bullish compared to the other commodities here this morning.
So yesterday we were working on those crop progress reports, and they were showing that everybody seems to be running ahead of schedule here in the continental United States. Now today we're getting back into the import and export business, huh?
It seems like it's trying to chase every little bit of news it can, but those crop conditions and planting progress are definitely still looming a little bit. So I think that's maybe where you're seeing wheat kind of take a pull back. Their wheat crop looks really good. I think I saw something that the Oklahoma Wheat Commission, I think they had like a hefty 101.2 million bushel estimate, which is a lot bigger than what they usually grow out there. So you're seeing a lot of kind of reports as far as crop conditions and expectations a little higher than expected. So that's still in the news here, but maybe taking a little bit of a back burner on the U.S.-China trade talks, that's for sure.
Well, that's really good as far as Oklahoma is concerned because they have gotten an ungodly amount of rain. I think Oklahoma overall, it was the wettest ever April on record down there, where they had rainfall amounts. I was told more than 16 inches of rain in the month.
Gosh.
So
that's a lot of rain.
That's a lot of rain. I hope the wheat doesn't look like a rice paddy right now.
I'm with you on that one, Terry.
So what's going on as far as on the board right now, Cody?
Right now we got cash wheat. I'm going to call it unchanged right now at the moment. 521 on the white, 446 on the red. New crop wheat also, I'm going to call that unchanged as well. 536 on the white, 451 on the red. Looking over at corn, cash corn down 3 at 388. New crop corn up a penny at 377. And looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are up a penny at 962. And new crop soybeans are up 4 at 943.
I guess I was kind of surprised the wheat jointing number that I saw from the Michigan crop weather summary had us at about 43%. The average, the 5-year average is 50%. So we're pretty close there. But last year we were at 64% jointing right at this stage of the game. So we're about 21% less joining this year than we were last year. It's indicative of how mild it was last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hit it right on the head there, Terry. I think that's kind of we were talking about that around here in the office last night, kind of comparing numbers from last year and this year. And that's kind of the one thing that we said, I think it was just so mild last year that crop could really get going. But looking at this spring so far, I would say we've had maybe kind of a more ideal spring, a little more moisture, Temperature's kind of been more spring-like. It seems like we're finally getting some nice growing weather here. So crop looks good, even though it might be a little bit behind last year on that end.
You're right on there. Cody, you have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you as well, Terry. Thank you.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by the folks at Thumb Bank. 13 locations across the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay area. And they're very proud to announce that they are now a part of the Freeland community. And coming up Thursday and Friday, May the 15th and the 16th, you can stop by during their grand opening and enter to win some great prizes. Plus, join them on Friday the 16th for a customer appreciation luncheon. Thumb Bank and Trust, locally owned, locally involved, and locally invested in the communities they serve. Community strong since 1895, now in Freeland. Check them out by going to thumb.bank online. Market report also brought to you by Kryzak's House Family Restaurant. Great place to dine in and a great place to get some food for whatever occasion you might have coming up, and there's going to be a lot of those coming up. 989-894-5531 to reserve a table or to book that meal for an event coming up. Kryzak's House, corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, it's pretty wild. Obviously, the 2 o'clock Fed announcement of not moving interest rates today is going to happen, but it's what he says afterwards that the market's a little bit nervous. The S&P's just about even today. NASDAQ's down about 1/3%. Dow is up about 0.5%. I think there's some banks in there that always do well. Netflix hit an all-time high today. I guess we're going to just sit around the tube and watch TV while it all melts down. Tobacco stocks also hit a new high today. That's the same theme there. Food stocks are all getting slammed today, just right across the board. B&G Foods, ADM, Campbell Soup hit a new low. General Mills hit a new low. They're all ugly today. Let's see. Google's getting hit pretty hard today, down about $11. They're going to fund 3 nuclear plants here in the United States in the future. So we'll see how that goes. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, as we know from our sordid history in the nuclear business. We've seen it before.
Google?
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
I guess it's something to do with data centers, and they need an incredible amount of electricity to run these cloud data center things. And they just said, look, we need a nuclear plant or multitudes of them to satisfy our thirst. So there you have it. Precious metals kind of getting taken down a bit today. The dollar's up a little bit today. So here's your numbers. July corn, 452 1/4, down 3 1/4. December corn is 442 1/4, up a penny. July soybeans, 1042 1/4, up a penny. November soybeans, 1023 1/4, up 4. The July wheat, 535 1/2, down 1/2 penny. And December wheat, 572 1/2, up 1/4 penny. The crude oil is 58.43, down 66 cents. Heating oil is 198 1/2, that's down 2.3 cents. Gasoline is 202.66, down 3.8 cents. Natural gas is 3.95, up 14 cents. For currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3775 Canadian. That's up 1 tick. The dollar buys 143.38 yen. That's up 97 ticks. The euro's at 113.48, down 20 ticks. The dollar's at 99.49, up 25 ticks. Gold's at 33.93.70, down 29.10 an ounce. Silver's 32.67, down 56.5 cents. Platinum's 986.20, down $3. Copper's at 465.35, down 12.5 cents.
Doug, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Will do. Okay.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by CMR Tractors. Stop in and see Bob and his line of Coyote tractors with financing rates at 0% up to 84 months or cash rebates also available. That's CMR Tractors in Millington. Remember, that's the only Coyote you want to see crossing your field. Jerry Samolsky joining us right now from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. And Jerry, nice weather on the horizon.
Oh, what a time to be looking outside and seeing all the trees. The redbud are out. The magnolias had a good year this year, or having a good year. A lot of times they'll get frozen out or whatnot as soon as they come. So it's a great time, and Mother's Day is coming up. So don't forget Mother. She always loves plants for Mother's Day, and yeah, it's just a great time to be in the industry.
It sure is. Jerry, plant of the week. Are we going to get that started tomorrow?
You know what? We probably should. Why don't we figure that out, and we'll talk about plant of the week tomorrow, Terry. And any suggestions on any listeners, we'll take.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Thanks a lot, Jerry. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their offices today and find out how they can become your hometown financial solution. Go online, check them out, frankenmuthcu.org. Scott DeVries joining us right now from Nutrient Ag. And Scott, we've been talking about the wheat crop and how good everything looks because it's probably doing as well as our lawns out there. And we all know we've been mowing those, and we got a whole lot more mowing to do. But what are you seeing right now after all of the rain?
You know, we do have a really solid wheat crop, and I agree across the board. And, you know, most growers have got some early nitrogen on, and they're getting ready to do their second pass of nitrogen, their herbicide, and early season fungicide. So just a matter of putting things together and following the plan to execute, because if everything looks as good and it follows through, we have good weather, and we're going to have some tremendous wheat yields out there. I really believe that there's a phenomenal possibility there.
Last night and early this morning, driving through the country, I'm beginning to see rows of crops out there. Everything seems to be popping out of the ground.
It is. You know, we got a couple more cool nights coming. I mean, if you're going to spray a herbicide on that wheat, I'd just be careful. I mean, you'll get down that freezing, some husky, some, you know, it just likes a little bit warmer night. So just be careful. Might get a little bit of burn or flash out of herbicides. But we're in a great situation right now for getting things off to a great start this spring.
Right now, it looks as though just about everybody is on an even keel. I know the sugar beets, some got in a lot earlier in certain regions, but soybeans and corn seem to be going in everywhere.
Yeah, they're catching up pretty quick. I traveled across the good part of the state yesterday, and, you know, the rainfall ranges are all over, but growers are keeping busy, and they're making headway, and so far so good. We've had a safe spring, and that's what I hope we continue to do.
Yep, safety is the name of the game. Scott DeVries, always good to talk. You have a great day, okay?
Be safe out there. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Scott DeVries with Nutrient Ag. When we return, Chuck Servinski from Maple Hill Nursery will be joining us.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
Freeland Bean and Grain is ready to help whatever it is. They've got all the products, quality products over there to help you increase your yields as we move in through spring and into the summer. Contact them today for expert advice as well. Serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. Say good morning to Chuck Servinski over at Maple Hill Nursery. And Chuck, I'm getting ready to put some plants in. You got a Dairy Dew product over there that we can use?
Hey, we sure do, and it's called Topsoil Blend. We've got spots in our yards that we've been waiting all spring to fix up, and this is the perfect product. It's a good mix of peat and topsoil as well as a little bit of Dairy Dew, making it a good quality soil for growing grass and other plants. You want to get it down about an inch or two thick when you reseed those spots, and you can also use it for planting trees and shrubs. It comes screened, ready to use, and we've got it in bags and also in bulk by the cubic yard.
So all we got to do is stop by Maple Hill.
And we'll show you how to do it. with Dairy Dew and Morgan Composting Products.
Chuck Cervinsky, you have a great day, okay?
We'll talk to you on Friday, and we'll be talking Mother's Day.
Hey, there we go. Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery. We'll be right back.
Whether you're maintaining a few acres or tackling weekend projects, New Holland compact tractors make every job easier. Mow, haul, dig, whatever you need, these tractors deliver power, comfort, and versatility. And at Ellen's Equipment, they're able to help you to get the right equipment with expert advice and service at their McBain, Beale City, and Ithaca locations. Make your property work for you with a New Holland compact tractor. Ellen's Equipment, your partner in getting the job done.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.